Yeah, Vidyanchal, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Parminder, and thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Hello, everyone, once again. And as Mr. Parminder introduced myself, that myself is Vindhyachal. I'm having more than 14 years of total experience from past 9.5 years. I'm into SAP. As he mentioned that, yes, I started my career as SAP SD consultant, and currently I'm working in SAP GTS with one of the big four company. And I work with multiple projects. I work with some couple of customs authorities, like I worked with the US, I worked for UK, I worked for one more some European Union countries. And yes, so today we are gathered here just to discuss about one of the niche skill of SAP, that is SAP Global Trade Services. Okay. SAP GTS. So as the name indicates, SAP GTS is nothing but Global Trade Services. If we go with the full name, by this name indicates, we all can understand which module it is, right? Global Trade Services means what? It is the service for global trade. It is a service for global trade. And what is global trade? That also we all know. It is nothing but import and export. What is import? What is export? We all know that whenever we are selling our product from one country to another country, or if let's say we are purchasing something, if you are procuring something from some different country to our country, then global trade takes place. Now when we are doing all these activities, we all know that it's very simple, in fact, right? That if we can think of that, yes, we are going to export our product, or we are going to import something from so and so country. In general, it is very easy, anyone can start with. But just think in the background what things we all need to take care, right? It's very easy. If someone is placing an order, let's say we are in India, someone from US is placing an order. It's very simple to create a sales order. But there are lot many things which we all need to take care, right? So first we all need to understand why global trade services came into picture. Now one thing you all know that we have in SAP SD, we have foreign trade, right? Foreign trade customs or foreign trade export. From the side, it is foreign trade import. Now, earlier, SAP was taking care of our export part by using foreign trade export, and import was, it was taken care by foreign trade import. But if SAP was already supporting export and import by using foreign trade, what was the main point to bring this new module, which is global trade services? So, there are good story behind that. We will all understand. Such a beautiful module which anyone can go with. Anyone, whether he's a, simply we just need the basic knowledge of SDNM, very basic knowledge. Very basic knowledge means we know sales, order, delivery, and all that we'll understand. So someone who is having very basic knowledge of sales or procurement, anyone can go with this module, that is global trade services. So now coming to same point, why SAP brought this module? So in fact, we all know that in 2001 there was an attack on World Trade Center. So in fact, before that, it was very easy, to go for any international trade kind of business. It was very easy to move shipment outside the country, or it was very easy to purchase something from some other country. But after attack on World Trade Center, most of the customs authorities, or we can say United Nations, has tightened so many rules and regulations. They brought so many regulations in the foreign trade, so many regulations. So since those rules or those regulations was not able to cover by foreign trade, that is the reason SAP came up with this new module, which is called as a global trade services. Now, this global trade service, we understood that this is only for import and export, right? So foreign trade SAP has given, but why SAP came with foreign trade, SAP GTS? Because of so many rules and regulations, right? So in 2001 or 2, they came up with the first version of SAP GTS, that is 3.0. Then they came up with 7.0, 7.1, 8.1, 10.0, 10.1, and then latest version of SAP GTS is GTS 11.0, which is also supporting our S4HANA. Now, coming to the topic, SAP Global Trade Services. So now I'm not going into SAP GTS. I'll take a very simple example, practical example to make you understand what SAP GTS is all about. Let's say we are into India, right? We are in India and we are into some kind of business. We are already selling our product domestically. So many customers are there, and it's very simple, right? Within a country, if we want to sell anything, example, we can just register our company and simply we can sell our product to all our customers. Now we decided that since there is a good demand for our product in international market also, why can't we go ahead with some other country, right? So we will plan to think of export. And please, one thing, please make a note that I'm just taking an example of export, and same thing we can also correlate with import, right? So as of now, I'm going to explain you by giving example of export. So now let's say we are into some kind of electronic items, right? So we are already selling our product within a country, and now we are planning to export this product. Now, very first question which will come in our mind is country, right? Because we all know that we must have a proper planning if we are going to start any business, whether it is domestic or export or import, anything. We should have a proper plan. So now this time we are planning to export our product. First, we need to think of country where we can start with which country we can start with. It can be any country, because we all know that it doesn't mean that we can start with simply any company, any country. No, we will have good plan. Okay, let's start with so and so country, and then only slowly we will increase our business, or we will approach to some other customers. So it means very first thing we are thinking of country. Number one is country. Now the question is, in general, if I ask you why are we thinking about country, you will say only one thing. You will say that because of proper planning, right? Because we cannot sell at a time, we cannot sell to so many countries. So slowly we will go ahead with our business. That is the practical example. But think one more point. If we are planning to export to so and so country, am I eligible? Can we export to so and so country, or do we have authorization to export this so and so product to so and so country? Why this question comes in our mind? Something you might have heard of, that due to some reason, sometimes due to some reason, our authorities say, our government authorities say, government agencies say that we are not supposed to sell our product to so and so country. It could be due to any reason, right? It could be due to some, let's say, political reason. It could be due to some military reason. It could be any unfavorable conditions, right? Due to any unfavorable situation, if authorities say that you are not supposed to export so and so product to so and so country. So because of that question, because of that point, we must know our country. So since we are talking about export, definitely it is country of destination, right? Country of destination. And this you all know, country of departure and country of destination. Generally we say that we are exporting from so and so country, we are importing from so and so country. In fact, we are using wrong word. We must use this word, export from, import into. What does it mean? We are exporting from India to so and so country. First, we are not going to bother where. First, we are thinking of our country, export from. Why? Because very first thing, we know that we need to follow rules and regulations. So very first time we need to follow rules and regulations of country India, what our authorities has given authorization. Then only your customer country will come, right? So first we need to think of export from. In case of export, this is in case of export. Similarly, in case of import, we are importing into. Now we are not talking about from where, we are talking about where we are importing. We are importing into India, right? So just think of these two sentences. To import into, right? So here we are talking about country destination where we are shipping out. So we need to know that can we trade with so and so country or not? Why this question? Because of same regulation. Because sometimes authorities say we are not supposed to export to so and so country, right? Let's say one example is Iraq, right? And most of you know that today our government has banned that we are not supposed to sell our product to country Iraq. And why? Because of again unfavorable condition, unfavorable situation. Their situation is not so good. So let's say tomorrow, I'm skipping this part, coming to and the let's say SAP SD, okay, or let's say sales, forget what SAP sales. We are already selling our product. Today we received an order from one of the customer is located in Iraq, right? Customer is located in Iraq. Let's say our sales team, they don't know whether they are supposed to sell their product to Iraq or not. So what they will simply do, if they are using SAP system, simply they will create a sales order, right? They will create a sales order with Iraq customer. So that based on the sales order, they will place the sales order to delivery team, so that delivery team can arrange for the delivery of goods, and then accordingly we can move the shipment. But if we are going to now think of that, if we are going to sell our product to customer who is located to Iraq, if we are going to do that, if we are going ahead with the transaction, then we are non-compliant. What do we mean by non-compliant? Non-compliant means not following rules and regulations of authorities, customs authorities or government authorities. And compliant means following rules and regulations. It's not only terms of international business. This is general term, right? Or compliant or non-compliant. So if you are following rules and regulations, we are compliant. If you are not following, we are non-compliant, right? So if we are going to sell our product to so and so country, if our sales team doesn't know that whether we can sell our product to so and so country or not, and if we have moved our shipment, then probably tomorrow if authorities will come to know, then we will be under non-compliant. And if we are doing wrong thing, if we are not into some I mean in this way, what is the meaning? In this way, meaning is we are into kind of illegal business, we can say illegal business. So if authorities will catch us tomorrow, definitely it will cost you the company. They can cancel our license, they can charge some kind of penalties or fine, anything. So it means that whenever we are going to export, first we need to think of our customer country, where I'm not talking about customer, I'm talking about country where we are going to ship our product. So that is country of destination. Let's say in general, as I mentioned, in general it's not so easy, right? So probably what we can do, we can visit our country customs portal to check, can we have trade with so and so country or not, right? We need any source. And we all know that it doesn't mean that we will not get answer, we will get answer, but it is very time consuming process. Probably today we have processed sales order, we have delivered the goods, and then probably we came to know that we should not move our shipment. Then again you call to your driver, you call to your shipment, you show that you can take it back, because still your shipment has to cross the border, right? So here, because of unnecessary things. So first we need to know that can we trade our so and so product to so and so country or not. Let's say due to by any means we came to know that yes, we can trade with so and so country. It is green. It is green. Now second question. Now, see, products are already ready because we are already selling same product to domestic customers. Now we are planning to export. So very first question which we thought is, can we sell our product to so and so country or not? So it means what is the country of destination? So we took some help, we took some source, and we came to know that yes, we can trade with so and so country. Green. Now what is the next question? Now we know that yes, so and so country. This is so and so country. Let's say country US. Yes. we can sell our product to so on to country called as US. Very good. Now, second question is what? Now we will approach to our potential customers. Now we'll think of our customer that who is going to buy our product. Again, same question. Same point. Why this question should come in our mind? Because of multiple reasons. Let's say you are going to sell your product to a person who belongs to some terrorist organization. Now, think of, are we supposed to sell our product to some person who belongs to some terrorist organization? He could be anyone. He could be anyone. So it means that we must know the customer, whether he is a good customer or not. So good customer, bad customer doesn't mean his nature. We don't bother his nature, good or bad. But that particular person should not be blacklisted by the authorities. There are a lot many examples, and I'm not going into those practical examples, but you can understand those examples, right? That there are so many cases are happening even nowadays, that today India has declared so and so person that we are not supposed to sell our product to so and so person, or United Nations has declared so and so person as a terrorist person, so that no one can trade with so and so person or entities. It could be anyone. So this is the second question. Second, we are talking about the person, or we can say business partner. Any question?
Anyone has any question at this point of time, please feel free to ask. I have one question, Vidyanchal, so that the countries or the entities which is not supported or which we should not trade on. So is it that manually we need to maintain that, okay, this is the country or this is the business partner we are not supposed
to? So I'm not coming to SAP GTS. Still, I didn't come to SAP GTS. I just talking in general. In general, I took an example. I'll come to SAP GTS.
Okay.
Now, yeah. So second question which came in your mind is, can we trade with so and so business partner or not? Why? Again, due to some reason, sometimes not supposed to sell your product to so and so person, means individual person, or so and so entities. So if that is the case, then we must know our customer whom we are going to sell our product. And again, it's not very easy. Now think of it's not very easy, right? Because we are doing, if tomorrow if person is located in our country, by any source we can come to know about that person, or we can visit customer location, right? There are so many ways. But here the customer is located in some other country, geographical area is completely different. It's not easy to know about the customer. And again, by mistake, if you are going to, so by any source we came to know that yes, we can trade with so and so customer, we can trade. Or in other word, if you talk about negative thing, sell our product to so and so customer, right? But let's say I'm taking positive way, that yes, we can trade with so and so customer. This is done. Now product is ready, customer is also ready, who is going to buy our product. Now do you think, is it now can we trade? Now can we move our shipment? Can we sell our product to so and so customer, or we need something else? As of now, we were talking about just country and the customer. Still, we are not talking about our product. Why this question will come in our mind? Again, to move the product, to move the parameters. There are lot many parameters to determine the license. Why license is needed? Please think of that. Let's say I said that we are into electronic items, but if we are into, let's say, some kind of dangerous goods, can we move our shipment just like that? No, right?
No, we cannot, because even the buyer should have license that he is authorized to import the product, and also
Very
the
good.
seller.
Very good question. I'll come to your point in this. Very good catch. But please understand. Just think practically. We are using any software. Let's say SAP only. We are using SAP only, right? We means our company. This is our company. So in our company, we are using this software. This is we. We means seller. And this is our customer. This is customer system. You please tell me, do we really bother about customer whether he need a license or not? Please tell me, do we need? You all are there, right?
Yeah, I think no.
we don't think about his system is whether it is licensed or not, but whether we think about his license, whether he is permitted to import the product or not.
Not at all.
Okay.
We will think of our system. We will think of our product. We will think of rules and regulations given by our government. How he is going to receive product, what license is needed, that is his attention. But our job is we need to be compliant, whether he's compliant or not. That is the different thing. We're not going to check. So, but we should be compliant. So we are not going to check which license is needed from him. That is the reason here I gave this example. Export from import into. Let's say you are importing. Now we are importing from US. Our vendor is in US. What license our vendor is needed to ship product? I don't bother. We should not bother. We should bother that what license is needed from our side to receive this product.
IEC.
Right? No, I'm not asking license. I'm just taking an example. I need to bother our country. That is why import into. We are importing into India. So we must know that what license is needed from our side to receive this product. We are not going to think of what license is needed from vendor side so that he can move the ship. Not at all. Right? We should bother about his system? We always must know about our process, not his process. Is it clear?
Yes, Vidya.
Yes.
It is clear
Yes.
now. Thank you.
So we know the customer, we know country, we know the customer, but still one thing is pending. No one is talking about product. Okay, that is electronic product. But any product which we are going to ship to other country, to move the product, we need to have a valid license from our licensing authorities. As I mentioned, there are many parameters. First parameters are obviously most important, product which is being exported. Maybe it is a dangerous goods, or forget, let's say it's a weapon. We are into some kind of, we are weapon supplier. So can we simply sell this product? Not at all, right? So to move any kind of product to anywhere, we need to have a valid license from the licensing authorities. Now, third point which we'll discuss is license. That we are going to sell electronic items to a customer who is located to US, what license is required. So we will be applying for the license from with the licensing authorities. And it is the licensing authorities who will validate everything, and then they will give us the license. They will provide with one license number. Let's say 12345, something, some unique number. And when we get the license number, then only we will think of that, yes, we have a valid license. Now we know the country of destination, we know the customer, and we have a valid license. Now it is good time to move our shipment. Now we are good because we are compliant. So one thing is clear, with these three things we are talking about one word, always: compliant. Right? We are talking about only one word, compliant. We need to be a compliant with our business. Now coming to SAP GTS. Now you think of challenges. What are the challenges in these three things? We discussed, right? We should know whether we can trade with so-and-so country or not. Can we trade this? Can we sell this product to Iraq or not? Biggest challenge is here. How do we know that should we trade with so-and-so particular business partner or not? Or particular company, can we sell this product or not? And what license is needed? Because again, same thing. If we are going to use wrong license number, let's say One thing, as I mentioned that we are, weapon supplier, and but we receive a license through which we can sell only electronic items. Definitely, we are non-compliant. So that is the reason we are using the term valid license. We need to have a valid license from the licensing authorities. So when we are talking about these three things, so only one thing is coming out, and that is the compliant. We need to be compliant with our business. So for all these challenges, answer is SAP GTS. SAP GTS is the answer. So SAP GTS has given one very beautiful module that is called as a compliance management. The first module of SAP GTS is compliance management. This is the first module. Why? Because SAP GTS is is a subject, you can say, is a whole in one module. But in SAP GTS also, based on rules and regulations, we have many other modules. So in SAP GTS, compliance management is one of the module. Now, it means these three things we are talking about. So that is a compliance management. But compliance management is talking three things. One is country, second one is customer, third one is license. So SAP GTS is having solution for all these three things. That is the reason SAP has given solution by three sub modules under compliance management. So where we are talking about country, that is called as an embargo check. Now, this is a generic word in our international business, whether it's GTS or not, that is secondary. But in our business, we always use embargo. Embargo means what? Embargo is nothing but list, you can say, block the countries, Iraq. Now, coming to Mr. Parminder question, he said that how do we know that Iraq is an embargo country? Yes, system is a system. We need to tell them, we need to maintain something, right? So it is our manual job. So business will decide, business will confirm. Because based on rules and regulations, initially, they definitely we need to do all these things, right? So we will, once we'll come to know that yes, Iraq is an embargo country, manually, we will maintain them as a master data in GTS system. So what happens? What happens that whenever we are selling our product to a customer who is located to Iraq, GTS system will screen the our business partner country. If business partner country is maintained as an embargo country, it will block the transaction immediately. Immediately, it will block the transaction. Still, I need to talk about the transactions. Okay, I'm trying to correlate with this example. So, what transactions? How we? But first, understand the about CPGTS. So, first module under compliance management is embargo check. Second one is business partner, biggest challenge, right? So in almost all the countries, they have their own government agencies whose job is to publish such kind of list of blocked members, list of blocked companies. So again, there is one generic term, denied party list. Denied party list. So denied party list is nothing but it is the list of blocked members or entities with whom trade is prohibited by law. Okay. So for that purpose, SAP GTS has given one solution that is called as the SPL. SPL is nothing but sanctioned party list screening. SPL, sanctioned party list. So SPL or DPL, denied party list, all are same. So sanctioned party list is the list of blocked members with whom trade is prohibited by law. Again, you will have one question. How do we know that one so person is blacklisted? Yes, because we are doing business globally, we cannot come to know directly. So as I mentioned, different government agencies are publishing such kind of lists. Example, in US, it is a Department of Commerce. In US, we have a Department of Commerce, that is BIS, Bureau of Industry and Security. So in US, the Department of Commerce is responsible to publish, list of blocked members. Number one government agencies. Similarly, in US, we have one more government agencies, that is Department of State. Department of State is responsible to publish, list of terrorist organization. Again, we will have one more question. Are we going to approach those government agencies? Or how do we know how many government agencies are publishing? At least in US, we all know. So we can approach them. But if you are doing business to APEC countries, we are doing business to European Union countries, how do we come to know? So, for that solution, in the market, we have something called as a data provider. We, in fact, call them as a data provider. So, data provider means who provides data. So, in our case, someone who can provide us these SPL data, list of SPL entries. So, there are so many companies in the market. So, some company like MK Data, you can visit their portal. Okay, MK Data, Descartes, Customs Info, Dow Jones. There are so many companies. So what these companies do, these companies' job is to aggregate files from different government agencies, and they prepare one master file. They prepare one master file. So whenever we are going to implement this module, SPL module, we will have an agreement with this data provider. So whenever they are publishing those lists, they will be sending us. And SAP GTS, please understand, SAP GTS support XML file. So XML file, they will be providing us with XML file, which we can upload manually. Even we can automate them as well. So we can upload on SAP GTS system. So in SAP GTS, we will have a list of blocked members. Okay. So MK data, or we can say data providers, provide such kind of data. So with this GTS system, will come to know that so and so business partners, so and so customers, so and so vendors, so and so entities are blacklisted. So what happens, again, when we are creating a transaction sales order, let's say, so system can screen our business partner. System can screen our business partner with the SPL list. If system find a match, so how system can find a match? We need to configure the system. We need to customize the system. So based on the customization, if system will find a match, it will block the particular transaction. It will not allow to create a sales order. And finally, we have a license. So for this also, SAP has given one more module that is called as a legal control. Legal control. Legal control is nothing but license. So in license, we have two things. We are talking about, we are discussing export scenario. So we need license in case of export. So that part is taken care by legal control export. Tomorrow, if we will import something, to import so-and-so product to our country, again, we need a license. So that is taken care by legal control import. So in legal control, we need to understand legal control export and legal control import. So if we are good with these three modules, then only we can say we are compliant, then only we can sell our product. So we are good with compliance management. Now we are moving our shipment, right? We will ship our product. Shipment started moving. But one more challenge is on its way. What? Let's say I'm in Bangalore. I'm in Bangalore. I'm moving shipment to a country called as US. So can we move shipment directly? Obviously not. We need to use mode of transport. Let's say I as per the agreement, I'm going to move our shipment by ocean. So shipment has to go to the port, right? Or even it is going via air or any means, shipment has to loaded at the port. So once shipment will arrive to the port, our customs authorities must know what we are going to export. And today, every day we are hearing such kind of news that at the border, customs authorities got one person, he was smuggling gold or something like that, right? So what does it mean? It means that whenever we are going to export or import, our customs authorities must be informed. They must know what we are going to export. Think, here authorities are different, but now we are talking about at border, right? Now at the border, they must know. So let's say this is the border. I said that, let's say we are in Bangalore. I'm moving shipment from Bangalore to US, right? From India to US. So first shipment will go to Chennai port, right? Because I'm planning to move our shipment by ocean. So shipment will arrive to the port. And once shipment will arrive to the port, before it arrives to the port, we must inform to our Indian customs authorities that we are going to move this so and so product. So what is the product? What is the value? Who is the customer? All details we must tell them. That is called as a declaration. Declare. So we must declare our shipment with the customs authorities. Why? Same thing that they must know, right? They must know about our shipment. So in export, it's very simple. You can say that we must declare our product, and let's say we have declared, and once we get the acceptance, once they will approve that yes, you have approval now, then only your shipment will be loaded on the vessel. And once it will load on a vessel, then only it will move towards customer location, right? So it cannot be loaded until unless customs authorities give us approval for the same. So when they will approve us, when we will declare them. Now, what is the challenge here? The challenge here is we don't know that what documents are needed to submit to the customs authorities. We are into India. Okay, these documents are needed. Now we have one more, let's say we have one more entity in US. So if we are moving shipment from US, we must declare our shipment to US customs authorities. So US customs authorities need to be informed, right? So wherever we are moving shipment, we all must inform to all respective customs authorities. So for that purpose, we need a declaration. Now challenge here is today many customs authorities accept document electronically. Think of India case. Why I'm giving this example of India, because in India still we don't use electronic document. If we are not using electronic document means what? It means we are using paper filing, paper document, paper declaration. It means we will print all the required documents. You will send by probably by courier to the customs authorities, right? So probably let's say in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, it will they will take time. I mean, the courier, the document will reach to the customs authorities. They will verify all the documents. If they find any discrepancy, they will let us know, right? They will let us know that these documents are having issue. Again, we need to resubmit all the documents. It's a very time consuming process. But if they are accepting document electronically, then it's very easy, right? Simply from our office itself, we can send all those particular document to customs authority system. So whenever we are communicating with the customs authorities directly, electronically, that is called as self-filing or e-filing. So if that is the case, let's say tomorrow India authority says that they will accept a document electronically. What does it mean? It means we need a system which is supporting electronic filing. Our system must support. That is where SAP GTS comes in. SAP GTS has given one of the most important module of SAP GTS, that is called as a customs. This is the second module of, first one is compliance management, second one is customs management. So customs management is talking about the declaration part. In export, it is very easy, but think of import. Why it is very, very important in case of import? Because of only one reason, right? Import duties. Say, in case of export, we are not going to pay any duty. Why? Because government always facilitate us to export more. If we are exporting more, foreign currency will come to our country. Our country economy will get boost. But if our currency is going out of the country, it is a loss to the government. Our economy will go down. That is the reason government always say you export more and you try to import less. If there is a huge difference, if there is a huge difference, or you can say huge difference means we are importing more, exporting less. That is something you all know. It is called as a trade deficit. Trade deficit. Think of your country economy. Most of trade deficit. I think spelling is not correct. Trade deficit means what? If your number of import is more than number of export. So this is called trade deficit. All countries, almost all countries, try to export more, import less. Just because of trade deficit. It is a loss to the government. So whenever we are importing anything from any country, we must pay import duties and taxes. And let's say we are importing so and so item. How do we come to know that how much import duties we need to pay? Again, same example, someone was asking about the license from the customer side. Now think, import case. We are in India. We are importing from US. From US, how they are moving shipment, definitely your vendor will also declare to US customs authorities. We are not going to bother. Please understand. We are not going to bother. That is his intention. And he declared his shipment. Shipment has started moving. Now, in between India and US, probably there are many country customs border came. Definitely it will come. Now, we are not going to bother. We need to bother about our customs authorities, where we are import into. So we must declare to our Indian customs authorities, means we must inform to our Indian customs authorities that we are importing so and so product from so and so location. And they will let us know. Customs authorities will let us know that how much import duties we all need to pay. And we all know import duties play a major role. And why government is charging import duty? Mainly because of two reasons, right? Number one, to protect its domestic producers from foreign competition. Think of an earlier case when we used to import almost all the toys from the China. If we are importing only from the China, what will happen to our domestic producers, right? How they will sell their product? And if they will not sell their product, then how our country economy will be increasing, right? So we all must pay import duties and tax to the government, just because government is asking us to import duties because it's foreign competition. Number one. Number two, obviously, to generate revenues. So if we are paying less import duties, or by mistake if we paid higher import duties, in both the cases it is lost to the company. So we must pay the correct import duties and taxes. So again, since your customs authorities, with the help of customs management, e-filing, we can declare our shipment with the customs authorities electronically. SAP GTS system is having capabilities to calculate correct import duties based on so many components. We'll come to know that we need to pay this much of import duties. We will pay the import duty, and then only we can receive. Shipment has arrived to the port, Chennai port. We cannot receive it until unless we are paying import duties and taxes, until unless we are submitting all the required documents. So by completing all these things, we paid import duties, we submitted all the required documents, and our shipment got clearance, then only we can receive our product. Then only shipment can come into inland place of location. So this is one of the biggest challenge whenever goods cross the border. So SAP GTS has given compliance management to be a compliant with our business. SAP GTS has given customs management, which takes care our import and export part. SAP GTS has given one more module. Why another module? Think of these two modules. With these two modules, we are good with our business, right? Because with customs management, our shipment has crossed the border. Once shipment crossed the border, it means we are done. Now customs our customer will receive, that is secondary part. I mean, we can close the document, we can focus on some other customer. But why SAP has given other module? So, and the other module is called as a risk management. What kind of risk? We have lot many risk in foreign trade, right? In international trade. What kind of risk? I'm in India, you are in US. Let's say we have an agreement. Payment time is 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is, right? And I exported product to you. You receive product, you paid amount on time. Perfect. First time you paid on time. Second time you paid on time. Third time you did not pay. You are not paying me, I can say. What I can do? I can't do anything. Think. Can you do anything? No. Okay, you go to what, international court? Is it easy to? No, not at all. Because geographical area, country is different. right? This is export. What about import? We are importing. And because customer is asking payment in advance, I mean, our vendor is asking payment in advance. Let's say we have paid amount in advance. First time, he delivered goods on time. Our vendor has delivered goods on time. Second time, what he started playing with us. Now he has delivered very wrong quality of product. What I can do? Since I have paid, now I can't do anything. Be happy, right? So these are the risk. These are the risk in international trade. For that reason, we have some modules, some again there are some modules in risk management. The one which I gave you example is called as a letter of credit. Letter of credit is a module which help us in mitigating such kind of risks, such kind of financial risks. Okay, so this comes under risk management. Similarly, one more example I'll give you. Most of you know. Let's say coming to same kind of example. Here India, here US. These two countries are trading with each other, right? India, they are importing product from US. So when India import product from US, India is paying import duties. When US is importing product from India, US is also paying import duties. So these two countries, whenever they import from each other country, they are paying import duties. So sometimes what will happen, these two countries will sit together and they will come up with one agreement. So agreement will say that if certain conditions are fulfilled, if certain conditions are fulfilling, we are not going to pay import duties, or we need to pay very less import duties and taxes. Again, it is kind of, if we are not using that particular process, so we must pay full import duty. And if those conditions are fulfilling, if we are following those agreement, we are not going to pay import duties, or we are going to pay very less import duties. So if you are not following those, it is again risk. So for that, SAP GTS has given one more module under risk management called as preference management. So these are the challenges which are part of our international business. And if we combine all these things, then SAP GTS is the answer for all those questions. So how SAP GTS system can help us? Same thing, what we have discussed, right? That uh, we have SPL, we have embargo, right? And then we have license. And after license, we have customs management. By giving all these solutions, SAP GTS can help us in reducing. I mean, we can't say that 100% reduction in risk. No, but we at most we can reduce these risks in our international trade. So SAP GTS is a module which help us in our international business. Now, let me tell you one more thing, very important point. Okay, these are very basic things which I'm going to tell you. We know that in SAP we have different modules. We have SAP, let's say SAP SD, MM, PP, FI, CO. So these modules are called as a core modules. Why these modules are called core modules? Because without these modules, these are base in fact. These, or we can say these departments are base. Without this department, we cannot run a business. So for that, SAP has given those core modules, right? Core modules. Then SAP has given some industry specific modules like IS retail, IS banking, IS this, IS that. So those modules are specific to those industry. It means IS oil and gas module cannot be used in any other industry. It is used only in the oil and gas companies. IS banking module cannot be used in any other industry. It is used only in the banking sector. Similarly, SAP has given some standalone module, standalone box like SAP CRM, customer relationship management, SRM, supplier relationship management, transport management, EWM, so many modules. SAP GTS is one of them. It means SAP GTS is a standalone system. It means what? We know SAP ECC, right? SAP ECC. These core modules are coming, or those core modules are part of SAP ECC system. So SAP GTS won't be part of SAP ECC. It is part of, it is a different system at all. It is a separate box. It means any client who is going to implement SAP GTS, they need to get a separate license from SAP, right? Now, probably one question which will come in your mind that, okay, we all understood that SAP has, become in place of foreign trade, import and export, SAP brought this SAP GTS. Still foreign trade is there in ECC. Still we all can use, but SAP for the foreign trade is having very limited functionality, very limited. We can say that maximum 20%, only 20% services are supported by foreign trade. Or you can say that compliance management, some part of compliance management is supported by foreign trade. But as you mentioned, customs management challenge when shipment cross the border, that is not supported by foreign trade. And that is the biggest challenge, right? So SAP GTS, so customs management is something which is very important, which is not part of foreign trade. So SAP GTS is a standalone system, first thing. Second point is, in SAP GTS, like other module, in SAP GTS, we cannot create any kind of data. You can create many data, like we in SAP, we have say master data, customer, material, vendor, right? In SAP ECC, we have transactional data. Which transactional data? From the export side, we have sales order, we have outbound delivery, we have invoice, billing document, right? From the sales side, from the import side, we have a purchase order, we have an inbound delivery, IBD, and we have GR, material documents. So these are the 6 transactions which we need, right, for our export and import. So we don't create any kind of data in SAP GTS. So since if we cannot create any kind of data in GTS, then how can we use SAP GTS? Definitely it will come, this question will come in your mind. How can we use SAP GTS? So please understand, SAP GTS system is SAP GTS system needs data from other systems. It means what? We don't create, but we can transfer data. So any system who is transferring data to SAP GTS is called as a feeder system. Feeder means who is feeding. ECC is feeding data to SAP GTS system. So SAP ECC can be our feeder system. And one more thing, most of you know, SAP ECC very soon is going to migrate into S4, right? It will be migrated into S4. So we can also transfer data from S4 system to SAP GTS system. Even we can transfer data from non-SAP to GTS system. Why? Because SAP GTS needs a data from different system. So any system which is feeding data to SAP GTS is called as a feeder system, right? So in SAP GTS, just we process the data. So from the transactional data point of view, we are sending these 6 transactions. From the export side, sales order, outbound delivery, billing document. From purchasing side, that is import side, we need purchase order, inbound deliveries, and material document. But to create these transactions, we need master data, right? So even before transferring this transactional data, first we must transfer master data. So think of which master data are required for these 6 processes. Only customer, material. These 2 master data is enough for sales process. Material, vendor. These 2 master data is enough for purchasing process. So it means we need to transfer as a master data, we need to transfer customer master data, material master data, and vendor master data. Okay, so these are the 3 master data which we are transferring to SAP GTS system. Any question?
So, Vindhyachal, so here we are saying, suppose if we take row number 35, 36, 37, sales order and outbound delivery and billing document, okay? So that will be in either IDOC or it will be a flat file to GTS.
Okay, good question. As of now, please understand, we are transferring these master data in the form of IDOC.
Okay.
These master data gets transferred standard program, that is RBDM IDOC. With the help of RBDM IDOC, we will be shortly data in the form of IDOC. And these transaction data are transferred, in real time, that is synchronously. As soon as we save these transaction data, this information will get transferred to SAP GTS system. But how? But how we can send? You did not ask me this question. SAP GTS is a standalone system. If we are sending data from this system to this system, there should be some path, right? There should be some path. That path is made by remote function call. So SAP GTS system is connected with other feeder system by means of remote function call.
Okay.
So we need to connect both the systems by RFC, whether it is ECC or even whether it is S4 or TM, EWM or any other system, there is an RFC connection between these systems.
Okay.
So first
In simple
RFC should
terms,
be
it's
made,
like a
then
synchronous
only
process.
synchronous or asynchronous, both.
Okay.
Master
Okay.
data asynchronous and transaction data synchronous.
Okay.
So now most of you would have understood that I said no any SAP module is required to learn SAP GTS. Simply we need to know what is sales order, delivery, billing, purchase order, inbound delivery. That's all. Just it is a matter of say 1 day or 2 day. What is sales order? Because why it is needed to, if we are working on SAP GTS system, first of all, whether it is an import or export, we are not going to tell that SD will create sales order and MM will create purchase order. No, GTS means GTS consultant. There is who will be responsible for export and import. We are testing scenario. Are we going to ask anyone else to create a sales order? And you know the industry, no one support, and even I don't want anyone support. I myself know transaction. Simply will create and will test. Any question? So this is all about RFP. We will have the question answer session in few minutes. Mr. Parminder, to you.